Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TeacherCast Educational Network. My name is Jeff Bradbury. Thank you so much for joining us today and making TeacherCast your home for professional development. This is TeacherCast Podcast, episode number 189, learning how you can reach out and help a teacher today. We have two fantastic guests on to talk all about how teachers are helping other teachers in their classroom. But before we get to our show today, I want to remind you that we've got some great resources over on teachercast.net. If you are a tech coach or interested in becoming a tech coach, you can always visit askthetechcoach.com, where we've got great resources on professional development, how to be a tech coach, and how to work with our school districts. And if you're also interested in learning about podcasting or web design, you can jump on over to educationalpodcasting.today. That's educationalpodcasting.today. Learn how to make a great website, learn how to make a podcast with your students. We've got lots of great things over on the TeacherCast Educational Network over at teachercast.net. I am so excited to bring on our first guest today. She is the creator of HelpATeacher.com. I want to bring on Debbie. Debbie, how are you today? Welcome to our program.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, Jeffrey. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Debbie Scott from Midland, Texas. Talk to us a little bit about yourself and tell us what is Help a Teacher?
Help a Teacher is just a wonderful idea that quickly became a reality. It's just a Facebook page that allows teachers to post the needs for their classrooms, and then it allows anybody in the whole country to see it and to fill those needs. Anybody can see the Facebook and say, wow, this teacher needs crayons, and they can get on Amazon and send crayons to them. It was an idea that just went quickly.
And it is an idea that is so important in today's age. We're hearing all the time of, teachers, they're not making a lot of money, but oftentimes they're also then required to then provide many, if not the majority of supplies for their students. And, we're not talking big purchases, but we're talking a lot of small purchases, right? Talk to us a little bit about Help a Teacher. When did it start and what made you create this this very important cause here?
It started in February of this year, and it was in my living room. I had been thinking about the Florida shootings and all the bad things that happened, and I was just thinking about teachers and what we actually expect of our teachers. And we don't pay them for that, but we expect them to step up, and there were teachers that gave their lives that day. So I just started thinking about teachers. I reached out to a few teachers and got them a few supplies, and then they were so grateful, and they expressed, oh, wow, that means so much to me that you did that. And then I was just thinking, but what about all those other teachers? And then suddenly I just had a thought, and that was it. I think that God gave me that thought, and I sat down and created a Facebook page. I've never done that before, and I did it that night, and I just started posting on there. If you're a teacher, please send me things that you need for your classroom. And it grew from there.
That is a beautiful story. Of course, anybody that's interested in learning more or being a part of this can go over to HelpATeacher.com. You've got a fantastic website. I want to bring on our second guest today, Miss Jamie Samson. Jamie, how are you today? Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, you are from Chicago, and you were a teacher that was in need of some stuff. Tell us a little bit about your story and how Help a Teacher helped you out.
I teach fifth grade at a Chicago public school on the south side of Chicago in a pretty dangerous neighborhood, very low income neighborhood. And, most of our parents do their best. Our principal does her best, but, the supplies are just not always there. I spend a large amount of money out of my own pocket. And I'm always trying to find other ways to bring materials in. And I've noticed with my students in particular that it really motivates them when they find out that other people are invested in their education. So I was in a kind of a teacher Facebook group, and somebody mentioned, hey, look up this group, Help a Teacher. So initially I went on the group and I scrolled through some Amazon wish lists, and I let my students actually pick some different supplies to send to some classrooms before I even put my own link up. And then I've put my link up a handful of times now. They let you put it up every couple of months. And every time we posted it, someone has sent us something. And my students are just blown away when we get to pick those boxes up after lunch and open them. And it's been a picture book, some magnetic borders to put on our whiteboard, We've gotten some crayons. We won one of the giveaways that they do on the page and got rock crayons and gears. And to this day, when we have a guest come into the classroom to visit, or other students or other teachers, they point out the things and tell them about how somebody sent that to them or gifted it to them. It means a lot to them.
Debbie, it's got to mean a lot to you to hear these great stories from so many teachers that you've had a hand in helping out.
Oh, it does. It touches my heart. I had no idea the need was so great when I started this, but talking to teachers like Jamie and reading their stories, and I did not know that it was so bad until we started doing this.
So talk to us about this. So Jamie had mentioned a few things about an Amazon list and the website and the Facebook group. If I'm a teacher out there that, would like to get some assistance, right? How does the process work? What's the first thing that I need to do?
You would go to the Facebook page, HelpATeacher. And you're going to post a wish list. You're going to tell us a little bit about yourself, what grade you teach, what you'd like to do with your classroom, and you'll post an Amazon wish link. And we have advisors that will help you get all the information on there. Or you can go to the website, HelpATeacher.com. And there's a section for teachers that will tell you exactly how to make your Amazon wish list and how to get everything posted. But we have advisors that are on there almost around the clock to help teachers. We get them posted over. And once it's posted, it's there for, our page has a reach of 4 million every 28 days. In 28 days, it reaches 4 million people. So that's a lot of people that see these wish lists.
That's an amazing number. Who's purchasing these items? Do you find that it's more teachers buying things for other teachers? Do you find that it's corporations? Do you find that it's just the average person who's got a really loving and caring heart?
Well, we don't really know. We know that there are some teachers who purchase for other teachers, but most of the donors are anonymous. There are some that will let us use their name, but not a lot. It's just people that care. I truly believe, I'm not a teacher, and I've never been a teacher, so I don't have a teacher perspective. And when you hear about these things that teachers are buying supplies from their own pocket, well, you want to help, but you have no idea how. And so I think what this does is it allows all those people out there who care, it gives them a way to do it. And that's why I think it works. I think a lot of people care.
Now, with everything, what is the strategy? Jamie, if I could ask you here, what is your strategy in putting this together? Did you just stand in your room, look around, open Amazon and go for it? Or do you say, I'm going to create an Amazon list with 5 things only, and that way I'm more focused? Because you really don't know, am I correct in this, guys? You really don't know who's going to be buying, when they're going to be buying. You might just show up to work one day and there's a package. Am I correct in that?
Yeah. So the way I did it is I actually asked my kids, my students, like, what do you think we need? What do we want? And then I thought about some of the upcoming projects and activities we had and what materials I would normally be putting in my own wish list that I ordered myself. Because usually when I'm planning or I'm putting together projects, I make a wish list and then I slowly order the things so it's not hitting my pocketbook all at once. So I took that same wish list and I, posted up for the kids and I said, what other things do you think, we need in our classroom? And sometimes they think of things that I wouldn't even think of. And then we've been doing, trying to incorporate more picture books. My students are English language learners. So I put, anytime I come across a picture book I think that would really help our lessons, I add that to the list. And it's always, I never know what's coming. It's kind of neat. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to check if somebody's purchased something off your list, but I think the fun of waiting to see what's going to come, and when they tell us when we're coming up from lunch, oh, you guys have a package. It's a surprise for me. It's a surprise for them. It's its own experience. It's like Christmas every time that you get to do it.
And when we create these Amazon lists, are you seeing an average number of days before somebody takes action? Does somebody see the latest list and then pull from that? Debbie, what are some of the stats here that we can be looking at as far as, if I'm a teacher and I really, really need a stapler, do I just put that on your list? Or is there a way that I can kind of, for lack of a term, win the game here and get support from my students?
Well, one of the things that we tell teachers, be interactive with your posts, come back and post on it. And every few days, come back and post on it. If somebody comments, be sure to respond to them. The more interactive you are on the post, the more success people seem to have. That seems to be the biggest key. We ask them to share it to their own Facebook page, because everybody's Facebook page is a whole new world of donors and interested people. And as long as they do those things, then most people seem to have good results.
Nice. And again, we're talking here about HelpATeacher.com, a fantastic website, and also an equally impressively wonderful Facebook page. Jamie, do you have any advice for anybody that might be sitting there going, is this for me? Should I just go out and buy the stapler myself, or should I be looking for somebody else to help us out in the classroom? What advice do you have for that teacher that might be listening to this podcast and going, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, obviously, sometimes it's easier to just throw it in your own cart and purchase it yourself. And there's still going to be things you have to buy for yourself, but you've got nothing to lose. The one big thing that I always do is I don't just share it to my Facebook page, but when I do post it, I also ask my friends on my Facebook page if they would be willing to share it, just because that gives an even bigger reach. So that's definitely something I would recommend if you go to do it. And I mean, being very honest about your story and your students and their needs, and not saying what they don't have, but saying what they do have. So like, my kids are motivated and amazing, and the things that they see and the things that they've dealt with and the fact that they still come to school with a smile on their face ready to learn is just powerful. And I think that, the more you can paint everything in a positive light. Like the thing I love about HelpATeacher and the community they've created is it's not about what we don't have, it's about what we're giving each other. And I think that's just so powerful.
Debbie, as far as the lists and stuff, it's easy to make an Amazon list. I know you guys have some great stories here on how people are doing that successfully. Are you seeing an average dollar figure for each teacher? I mean, can somebody really come and say, I need an iMac, and then somebody purchases it? Or do you suggest people keeping with, $20 items and less, or, somewhere around that price dollar?
We leave that up to the teachers, because ultimately it's up to the donors. I think that the shorter, more basic your list is, the greater your chances are to have the entire wish list filled. But we do have teachers that ask for more expensive items and get them. It just takes the right donor to see it.
Now, in addition to all the great stuff at HelpATeacher, Debbie, you've got another announcement here. There's another great, why don't I let you guys go? Tell us a little bit about the announcement that you have here for HelpATeacher.
Well, we have a HelpATeacher Foundation. We recently started it. It's a 501c3. It's to accept donations for the operations of HelpATeacher. HelpATeacher is an amazing idea, but it is expensive for me to run it and to do all the things that I do. I'm 64 years old, and I know I'm not going to, be here forever to do this. And HelpATeacher is something that I want to live forever. And so we started this foundation to ensure that HelpATeacher will always be here. I envision it as an entity to walk beside teachers. It helps teachers. It doesn't help schools. It doesn't help school districts. It helps teachers. Everything a teacher receives belongs to the teacher. Beyond just the gifts, it's a community, like Jamie said. It's a community where teachers tell us when they have a bad day, they come to the page because they want to talk to other teachers, and they want to look at other wish lists, and they want to see the miracles that have happened. So I really want that to last many, many years. And so we're taking some steps to try to set that up to make sure that it does go. We're also hoping that we get some corporate sponsors. If we had some corporate sponsorships, we could give away even more. We try to do a lot of giveaways and try to get things to teachers, but we have 3 million teachers in this country. So there's no way we're going to reach all of them. We're going to need help to do that. But my vision eventually is that we will be able to do that. When a teacher needs something for their classroom, they get on HelpATeacher and they ask for it, and it ships out to them. Somebody sees it and says, oh, hey, they need paper, and sends it out to them. That's my vision.
That is an amazing vision, and I'm going to say congratulations for all the success in really just a few short months here. I mean, you're not even a year old with this. Debbie, that's got to be awesome. Where do you see this going in the future?
Well, I kind of like I said, we have 60,000 followers at the moment, but there are many more people than that on the page. There are a lot of people that come just to look at it, to look at the wish list, to see the teachers. We also have a HelpATeacher community. It's a private group for just teachers, and teachers can go in there and talk and share problems and ask for ideas and things like that. I really see it as just a group of people that care about teachers, that are going to be here to help teachers. A lot of our advisors are teachers. And so while I personally am not a teacher, and some of our advisors are not teachers, but a lot of them are, we want to understand teacher problems. And so we read these posts, and if you're not a teacher and you start reading these posts, it changes your heart. You cannot help but be touched by the things teachers do and give. Teachers are the most giving people on the planet. They may have nothing to give, and they're still giving to their students.
The website is HelpATeacher.com. The Facebook page is Facebook.com/HelpATeacher. Jamie, any last words here as a teacher who is not only, provided for other teachers, but received from other teachers here? Any last advice for anybody out there checking out the website for the first time?
Just give it a try. And honestly, I just want to say thank you, Debbie, because it's been amazing. Even if I'd never received anything, just the powerful words and seeing what everyone is getting. I recommend any teacher just go scroll through it and read these posts from these teachers and the items they've received and just how powerful it is. And set your post up, and you can message HelpATeacher, and they will help you with anything you need to get it going. So they make it incredibly simple for you. And
Debbie, any last words for anybody out there who's looking to jump on and give this a shot?
I want to thank Jamie. Jamie, that was just so beautiful. That's how we hope all teachers feel. I would just, the only way we're going to grow and reach all teachers is if teachers come to us. If teachers will just come to HelpATeacher. Like Jamie said, what do you have to lose? Just come look at it. Come check it out. Just HelpATeacher on Facebook. And you'll be impressed. You'll want to stay. It's very uplifting. It's very positive. And it's for teachers. That's all we do is help teachers.
And of course, we certainly hope that you guys reach out and help a teacher today. If you're looking to get information about it, go over to HelpATeacher.com. If you're listening to this and you're like, my goodness, I never thought this many students were in need of help, check it out, HelpATeacher.com, Facebook.com/HelpATeacher, an amazing website, an amazing story. Debbie, you are an inspiration to us all for reaching out and starting this thing. We want to know what you guys think out there. Do you have any needs for your classroom? You can, of course, reach out to Debbie over at HelpATeacher.com or reach out to us over here on TeacherCast, and we'd be happy to get you connected with Debbie and her amazing group here. And of course, we want to know what's going on with you guys as we reach out into the holiday season and turn the page on 2018. Find us over on Twitter. Leave us a voice message over at teachercast.net/voicemail. Email us at feedback@teachercast.net. And we certainly hope you guys are doing some great things in your classroom. On behalf of everybody here in the TeacherCast Educational Network, my name is Jeff Bradbury, reminding you to keep up the great work in your classroom and continue sharing your passions with your students.